The Living Office Placemaking process is an excellent data and resource-driven methodology for designing effective workplaces. The full process involves many time-intensive steps that often don't match up with the fast timelines of most commercial projects. This issue not only prevents Living Office ideology from being applied in many situations, but also means that most designers and salespeople who are Living Office certified don't have first-person experience conducting interactive discovery sessions with clients. In order to address these issues, I created a training that introduces learners to a hypothetical client that they then take through a condensed discovery session that includes just the activities prioritization and activities to setting sections. This fast-tracked placemaking process will ensure Living Office ideology can be applied to projects with tight timelines, and the interactive activities will help prepare designers and salespeople to conduct these sessions in person with clients. For a brief look into this training, let's walk through how each section addresses the huddle activity. In the client introduction section, learners are given examples of typical work scenarios for the client and are asked to apply their Living Office knowledge to determine which activity that behavior falls into. Let's take a look. Every morning, each project team has a brief stand-up meeting to touch base on their current project status. These meetings are vital as they allow project managers to keep a finger on the pulse of the team, while also allowing each team member to share knowledge and ask for help. They typically only last about 10 to 15 minutes and don't require any technology or presentation materials. In the current space, team members aren't always located right next to each other, and space between desks is limited, so despite their importance, these meetings can feel cramped and inconvenient. Based on your Living Office knowledge, which activity are these team members participating in? In the activity prioritization section, learners then sort each activity based on how important they think it is to the client and whether or not they think that activity is supported in their current space. Let's take a look. Huddles are an incredibly important activity for triple charge games. Each team conducts quick huddles at the start of each day, and their future space must support this type of activity. Triple Charge's current office does not successfully support huddle activities. Team members are not always located right next to each other, and space between desks is tight, so these meetings often feel cramped and inconvenient. Finally, learners go through an interactive decision tree where they answer more questions about each activity to discover which Living Office settings would best support them. Let's take a look. Huddle occurs when a team needs to address an urgent issue or discuss and receive instructions for a plan of action. Will huddles occur between members of multiple teams? That's correct. Huddles at Triple Charge games are typically only held between members of individual teams, meaning that clubhouses are the best setting to support that activity. Team members should be co-located in the same working neighborhoods or clubhouses, with ample space for quick gatherings during the day. Once the training is complete, designers and salespeople are tasked with conducting these activities with clients, either in formal presentation settings or simply by asking the right questions during informal planning conversations with clients. They are then asked to share the outcomes of those conversations during their monthly sales and design team meetings to evaluate how well they have retained their Living Office knowledge and measure how often Living Office ideology is applied in projects.